Here we go again, folks. Yeah, another intersex news situation here. The OII New Zealand, I think. Let's just scroll to the top. Yes, the OII New Zealand would like to say certain things like this. Intersex is not a subset of transgender. The term intersex was adopted by science in the 20th century and is applied to human beings whose biological sex cannot be classified as clearly male or female. An intersex person may have the biological attributes of both sexes or lack some of the biological attributes considered necessary to be defined as one or other sex. Okay, that's what they say. I say that intersex is not a subset of transgender. Of course it's not. Transgender is a subset of intersex. Fact. But not intersex in the medical definition of intersex, not what OII all over the place. Doesn't matter OII New Zealand, OII Australia. I'm quite disappointed with OII's progress because it seems to be infiltrated and it's been taken over by certain minds that don't see the way I see it, and I say that with no holds barred. I mean, I don't mind having different opinions to the organizations or to people in general, if I feel totally right in having this opinion, and I do feel totally right in having the opinion that intersex is the category for all human beings, and we should stop the bullshit, excuse the language, but we should stop the bullshit truly on this whole idea that human beings have to be one or the other, you know. I see every day, all the time, interactions with people that, you know, people in general are not one or the other, you know. They are their individual selves, and the femininity and masculinity within each of those persons varies, you know. So so I don't really think that they're on the right road there, and there's a lot of new things that have come out from OII in the recent past that are shocking to me, to be honest. I don't see it the way they are going now. I see it the way they wrote their literature before, but not now. Not in everything. So I think they're not really totally. I don't think they're on the right road. Now they go on to say, Intersex Organisation New Zealand, they say, sex refers to the biological and physiological character that define men and women, and gender refers to the socially constructed roles, behaviours, activities and attributes that a given society considers appropriate for men and women. Okay, that's a good description. The reality is that behaviours are associated with certain sexes, which shouldn't happen anymore. Okay, people should be able to express themselves any way they want, any way they feel personally in their own minds. They should be able to express themselves and not be thinking, oh, will I be termed gay in this? I've just been in a documentary from a New Zealand filmmaking crew, and I'm happy that New Zealand are actually doing a lot more and really making a good footprint in the world for dealing with discussing intersex issues. I recently have had a few arguments with transsexuals, and I've had them because I do feel that transsexuals are conforming to being one or the other, when in fact there isn't just that situation. And I'd like to see people being, as they said in the intersex documentary, I'd like people to say I've had a baby rather than say I've had a baby boy or I've had a baby girl. So it will take time. It will take maybe a century or so for this to actually change. It could happen in 20 years if we actually got our shit together and really started cooperating with each other rather than trying to segregate each other even more in our opinions and everything. And intersex organisation, Intersex International, there from New Zealand are basically saying, what are they saying? We invite all the individuals who have signed this ill-advised petition to read our position statement on the issue and to reconsider their own position. That's fine. I will reconsider my own position. But I OII all over the place. OII the world. OII New Zealand. OII Australia. OII America. But there's no OII in Argentina, I've noticed. Okay. But I'll ask OII all over the world to reconsider their own position, because I firmly believe that I've more of a cop-on idea of how the world works on the level of human beings behaving and expressing themselves the way they do than I think obviously OII have at the moment. And I've been a huge supporter of OII, but I'm not a supporter of the recent stuff that's come out of OII, so I'm quite disappointed. And but I'd like everybody to think about what I've said there, and what the realities are, and where would we all like as intersex people to go forward, with what ideal would we like truly, like would most intersex truly want to just be male or female, or could we actually in fact get the whole to accept we're individuals? My name's Gavin, your name is whatever, that person's called what, that person's called why, and I'll call them their names, rather than looking at them and treating them in a certain sex